Grove Grotto Show. Hollow Grove, Hollow Grove, Hollow Grove, Hollow Grove Grotto Show. Hey, quiet down in here. Hey, quiet down. Good morning. I know it's a rowdy morning, but good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Hollow Grove Grotto Show. My name's Al, and this is...
I'm Bird.
It's Bird. Welcome back. It's another day into August now. It's really into the last kind of like big haul of summer.
It really is August, but you would think it's like November here. It's like always chilly.
Right. Yeah. Here it just feels like a never-ending summer. So really, it just feels like it could be summer forever. It feels like June still, but
it should still feel like June as far as I'm concerned. It's August 6th.
Right. It doesn't feel like August to me at all.
It feels like September, but September's been warm lately, so I don't know what September is going to be like.
Right. Yeah.
But I won't even be here though, and we're both in different places discussing.
Right. Yep.
I love our weather bits.
Yeah, at the start. I mean, that's the general small talk. But I think there is something to like be said just about like the time kind of like continuum that we're in right now, where everything just seems like time either passes very quickly or it passes very slowly, and it's the combination that just I usually don't know what day of the week it is, and it's like hard to tell like what month it is. Like it doesn't feel like August. This is the first year I've ever felt this doesn't feel like August. So
I think it has something to do with not going back to school.
That's definitely it, for sure. Because it's crazy to think about. Like normally, this is my first. What is it? It'd be my first year ever not going back to school.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
really ever.
Graduated from college.
Since your 2 preschools.
Absolutely crazy. So yeah, that's definitely it. Because I would be going back to college in about. It's usually like in 14 days from now, like 2 weeks from now, I'd be going back usually. So that's definitely part of it. So I'm very happy to not have to go back to school anymore. I was one of those people who was always like, I was decently fine, and I actually was pretty like interested in school when I was there. But every time that I like wasn't actively like in a class that I was really interested in, or when I was like during like the summer months, knowing that I'd have to go back, like I always hated that feeling. It was just awful because I hate the monotony of it, and like the parts of school that are just like all the stuff that you don't want to do, like in college, for example, like all the general education courses that you're required to take and they don't interest you really. It's basically just like high school, but in higher education. Yeah, it was really, really monotonous and just pretty boring for some of them, especially like since I hate math, just taking a lot of like math courses. And stuff like that, and like some science stuff that wasn't fun science. Yeah, just
I dreaded first back in like school. I would pretty much cry every time I'd have to go back after summer vacation.
Right.
But the one going back to college, the anticipation was so bad I dropped out. I was like, nah. That's crazy. That was so long ago.
Right. Yeah, so here we are. We're now starting our own business and not
thriving.
Really, we're not chained down by the system anymore. So
independent
free
podcast,
literally a free bird if you are. So
all ad revenue goes to charity.
Yeah, it all goes to the Silly Putty Foundation of America.
The Silly Is this a joke to you? Is this a joke to you, Alabaster?
Well, man, I really like Silly Putty. It's a good product. Doesn't have any. It's not going to get canceled anytime soon. No one's canceling Silly Putty.
That's true. But I'm not. They probably, as far as I know, it's made out of horse.
Horse.
It seems like Silly Putty's probably made out of horse or something like that. Glue of some sort. Or the gum. I was just watching something yesterday morning at like 4 a.m. It wasn't. I didn't stay up to 4 a.m. I woke up at 4 a.m. accidentally.
Right.
But I was watching this Mexico traveling video, and they were talking about how they would make. First, there was this big like rope boom down in Yucatan where you could like make rope out of all the fibers down there.
Sure.
So there was a lot of millionaires hanging out there, and there's a bunch of mansions left over in Merida.
Right.
And I really want to go there now. I watch a lot of videos on Merida. I can't
Mm.
say it correctly. I can't do the tongue thing.
Yeah, I can't either. I would try and just sound like a normal American trying to speak Spanish. So
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna learn Spanish. You know Spanish, right?
I know some Spanish. Yeah, I mean, I took like the worst like high school Spanish that you could probably imagine. Like,
Yeah.
learned pretty much nothing, and then I took a year of college Spanish, which really kind of like re-taught me everything that I was supposed to know from high school, but didn't really further it any that much. So
Okay.
yeah, I have like a basic understanding, and I have like I'd be able to get around. Like if I was placed at smack dab in the middle of like
Yeah.
Mexico where nobody spoke English, I would be able to like force my memory to be able to remember like how to ask for stuff. But other than that, I don't really want to use it. So
Yeah, I feel that. I think I might like really learn it, and by really learn it, I might just like actually just commit to Duolingo. Like that's as far as I'll go because I still have like when I'm doing Duolingo right now, I pretty much know it all. I just
right,
need like I can read the sentences. I just don't know all the vocab. So if I
right.
just learn every single vocabulary word, I think I'll be able to speak Spanish decent.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that kind of like feeling with like Duolingo recently. So I've put Spanish on the wayside. I'm not really interested in learning Spanish too much anymore since I've
Mhm.
kind of done it for like 5 years, 4 years in high school, 1 year in
Yeah.
college. Wasn't too into it. It was kind of just the requirement thing to do. And there wasn't much of a reason that I wanted to. And now I'm learning Chinese because I definitely want to take
Yeah.
a trip to China at
That's
some
awesome.
point next couple of years. And in doing that, like I'm using Duolingo pretty much exclusively for learning right now. Trying to do it every day. I've been doing it for the past 11 days. So I have 11-day streak.
Nice.
Not bad. I've always gotten like a week or two streak and then always like dipped
Mhm.
off. So I'm gonna try to keep it going.
Yeah, it's tough.
But
I
yeah,
gotta.
Duolingo is like
Mhm.
interesting. Like you were kind of talking about, I feel like my written skills are getting like much better, but
Really?
I really don't think that my like my speaking
Yeah,
or my
yeah.
vocal skills, also my listening skills aren't really improving that much with Duolingo
Mhm.
because they do like force you to say some stuff sometimes, and then you can't
Yeah,
really like, use like the cheat sheet. It doesn't let you use that when you're doing like speaking things. So a lot of the
yeah,
time I'll listen to it and then I'll have to listen to the sentence literally like 15 times before I can even get like half close to what they're trying to
yeah.
say if it's a long sentence. And I
That
feel
you
like
only have to get close. Like, if you get c like,
yeah,
I would laughed in mine and, like, said the wrong thing,
right.
and they still gave it to me.
Which I'm questioning whether or not that is beneficial. I know that I do enjoy the fact that they have like that vocal portion of it because that is a very important part. Like if you just did the, written part and just looked at it and then just wrote
Mhm.
sentences over and over, like you would be missing a big portion of learning a language, which is the speaking part. But I
Yeah.
don't think that it's effective enough that it really helps me too much. I think in the long run, maybe it'll be a good like building point, but I'm definitely gonna have to supplement some other sort
Yeah.
of learning in there too.
Yeah, I think so
I've
for
got like
sure.
I've got one other app that's for kind of like basic vocab. That's like
Mhm.
totally just like fact card sort of stuff, like teaching you
That's
all the
yeah.
fruits and vegetables. That's a
That's
good
the
one for
best way to
beginners.
do it. I
Yeah,
need to go to that. I did the flashcards for, learning the alphabet for Japanese, learning the
right,
Hanagara
right. Yep.
and
Yeah,
the katakana.
yeah. I think that's very necessary if you're gonna use like exclusively Duolingo to supplement it with something else. And then
Mhm.
speaking, just find somebody to either speak to or just find some other way than
Yeah,
Duolingo. Just say it out loud like on your own, I guess.
yeah.
You'd be
Now,
fine.
here's my thing about Duolingo, and I've been using it. I started the first of the year, and I did about 30 days consistently straight at Japanese, and that was pretty good.
Right. That's
I
pretty good.
was really enjoying it,
Yep.
but the thing is, I don't ever see Japanese people,
Right.
and I would just love to talk to people. And the one language that just keeps coming up is Spanish. Like in America, there's a lot of Spanish speaking people, and
Right.
I feel like I got to learn that.
Yeah, I get that. It is definitely hard, especially like coming from like small town rural
Yeah,
America. It's gonna be very hard to speak to another
yeah.
Japanese person. But yeah, I
But
wonder if there is like some, I don't know, some like online. I mean, I say this, but I also hated my like
mhm.
online distance, like having to talk to somebody else in Spanish. We had to do that
Yeah,
in college.
they have stuff like that. Like there's a websites that connect you with anybody in the world who are trying to just chat and
Right.
learn language.
My personal opinion would be just to physically go there
Yeah.
and just immerse yourself, because I definitely experienced that in high school Spanish when we took a trip to Central America.
Yeah.
Went to Costa Rica, and
Yeah, it
like
sounds awesome.
nobody was speaking English, and we did have a tour guide. He was the only one that spoke English.
Mhm.
And we had a bus driver that took us around the whole time. We were there for like 9 days or 10 days or something. The bus driver did not speak English, and we had to like the bus driver would basically stay with us at the hotels we were staying at, and like he was like part of our group. And by the end, we were kind of like friends with him and stuff. And we had to like listen to, like, he was telling some like crazy stories in Spanish, and like our our tour guide was like trying to like translate it to us, and he was a crazy guy. But yeah, just like immersing yourself and having to go to like all the locals and stuff like that. Like I think the best, most influential thing that I can remember was being able to kind of go out during the day and go to like street food vendors
Yeah.
and like talk to them and ask them for whatever food they have, ask like how much it is and all that sort of stuff.
That's my dream.
Right. And that's something that's like pretty doable. Like if you just rehearse in your head the like few lines that you'll need to know.
Mhm.
Beforehand. Like I remember I was getting like the street food. I was getting some chicken empanadas, like street food style in Costa Rica. And I had to like ask for I had to like ask them, I had to tell them like I wanted 2 chicken empanadas. I had to specify that it was like to go, because it was like a sit down or to go restaurant. So you had to like say like I want, 2 chicken empanadas to go, and then also 1 for my friend who's going to pay separately, something like that. So it was a
Okay.
complicated sentence. Yeah, it was one of
Yeah.
our mutual friends. He was also getting a chicken empanada. So
Yeah, that's like a pretty standard sentence that I would say
right,
in like
yeah,
in
and
English.
doing that, like those small interactions and stuff like that, like in the
Mhm.
country that you're in, surrounded by it, reading all the like signs and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
like that are around you. I think that's the best way.
And there's the social pressure too, because like you
Right.
don't like first you're gonna mess up and look
Mhm.
really stupid,
Yep.
but that like there's something primal about looking
Right.
stupid that
There's
makes
something
you want
primal
to
about
not look stupid.
not want to look like just a stupid, pasty white Westerner that's trying to
Yeah,
learn this language. Yeah, I get that.
I don't see color.
Yeah, oh, we're so pasty though.
We're so privileged. We really are though.
Yeah,
Like it's a joke and not. Like
yeah,
I haven't felt like I've like been handed a big bag of cash, but certainly my life is easy as fuck.
absolutely, Bird. Which is what the that's what
Yeah.
the conversation around America is going right now,
Mhm.
and trying to like address that and try to figure out like how, like, obviously it sucks to think this way, but we should feel bad about it, and we should actively be trying to just address it however you want
Mhm.
to, whether it be small, big,
I'm not
activism.
feeling bad. No way I'm feeling bad, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna do everything I can to change the world in a positive way with
right.
my
Yeah,
privilege.
there's 2 different
I've
ways.
been given a head start. I might as well give back in some way over time,
That's the
but
other way to look at it. Yeah, absolutely.
I
So,
can't participate in any philanthropy really on a large scale yet.
yeah.
Sorry, angry mob sending me fan mail, but I can't donate all my money yet. But
Yeah,
I do a lot of charitable acts for people.
we're
I'm
struggling
not gonna
artists,
describe them.
and you in the up and coming music business, me as a
Yeah.
struggling freelance writer, is a little hard. But hopefully once this podcast picks up, and then also another a segue for you.
Ooh.
Our YouTube channel is up and popping, and I've had
Yeah.
a lot of fun these past like a week or so, like messing around, trying to figure out the best way to kind of get videos up, try to edit them for a podcast format, and try to do like better thumbnails and stuff. Because the first 4 episodes we put out were really bare bones. I just wanted to kind of test the waters and see if it was possible, and then I found a much better program to do it. So now we can push out some pretty fine looking videos for now until we can advance to the next level. But I definitely think that that's an avenue that's necessary, because I don't know why, but whenever I listen to like podcasts like just at home, I'll watch the like YouTube version instead of like the audio version, which is usually like I'd listen on Spotify, but I'll just like listen to the YouTube video without even watching it. Just subconsciously, I'll go to YouTube and search it. And I'm not really sure why, because if
That's
I'm
what I
just
do.
listening to it, like there's no reason for me to use the YouTube one. If I'm just listening, I can just use the Spotify one. But I always just go to YouTube just instinctually because I
Yeah.
enjoy YouTube as a service. So
I
I
just
got us
I
up there. So
I've just never looked up a podcast on anything but YouTube, so I'm kinda, like, intimidated
right,
in that way, low key. Like, if I was gonna look up, like, a random, like, Joe Rogan podcast or something like that, I mean, that's the least random podcast, but,
right,
if I were to do that one, like, I gotta go on iTunes, and I gotta search it and do all this stuff. I don't even know how that works, and then I don't have the little bit of video that I like to watch sometimes, but most of the time, I'm probably not even watching the video.
right, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So
I
like,
don't
why?
even look at it. Like, ours, I wouldn't look at it, I would just put it on the counter and
Right,
listen
that's
to it.
exactly what I do. But that's what people do. So that's why I wanted to get us up there. And then yeah, I'm interested to see like what people down the line, once we get some more interaction with the audience, to see what people do listen to and stuff like that. But we're up on everything now, so whatever your fancy is, you
Mhm.
can listen wherever. But yeah, the YouTube is something I'm enjoying getting into that foray.
Yeah.
Experimenting with all the different like avenues we can go down and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm
Hopefully
excited. I got some big plans coming up.
yeah, hopefully we can get some bigger plans for it too. So, so I got a story for you, Bird.
Okay.
As you and me know, like we just mentioned before this started, this is an early morning podcast. We had woken up not too long
Oh,
ago
yeah.
before
It
this.
is I wasn't joking when I said good morning Vietnam.
Right. So, with that is like you mentioned beforehand that you had a long night or just one of those nights, right?
Oh, yeah.
I had one of those nice like, and I think that what you said the previous podcast about meditation might be something that I need to work into my like daily habit now.
Oh, yeah.
After last night, where I was in the bathroom, taking a number two, and
Ooh.
in like the crack in the bottom of the closet door, which is attached to the bathroom, just pokes its head out, is a roach, and then dips back into the closet. It was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life. It was like in a split second too. So you have to like guess yourself what just happened. What was that? Was that just a shadow? But no, it was a huge roach. And when I opened the closet door, it was just the grossest looking like Texas sized roach. It's awful. It scarred me. So I couldn't sleep last night for like 3 hours. I was up to like 2 a.m. So
You didn't hunt it down and kill it?
oh yeah, we killed it. Absolutely killed it.
Oh, then I would have slept.
But it's not the first one we've seen. We've seen a couple now. So we need to address this problem. We need to get some traps or need to get some spray and stuff like that. Got a full alert. I think that I talked to somebody else here, like just today about it.
Mhm.
I don't think that they're like cockroaches. I think what they have commonly during this season, during like the summer, like into fall season, or maybe just summer, they have what are called water bugs, which
Okay.
are basically roaches, but they're
Yeah.
not cockroaches. 'Cause cockroaches are the more gross kind of just eats all the garbage on the ground.
Mhm.
Because we're
Eh,
super clean here. Like I will say that my
yeah.
previous living, like I previously lived in a college apartment with three other roommates. That was the most disgusting like kitchen that I've ever been in because they would leave like bananas on the counter for like 2 weeks and they would get
Oh.
rotten and full of like maggots. And yet we never had like roaches ever. We never had
Yeah,
any
you had
bugs.
maggots.
Yeah, we like, in the bananas, that was just, like,
Eh,
self-induced, which was
that's
gross enough, but because of that, like, we had all sorts of stuff like that on our
yeah.
counters, like, all the time, which I was always telling roommates to clean up and stuff, but, like, even from that, we never had, like, any, bad bugs or roaches or anything, and now here, we're, like, super clean on my own because I always clean. I'm like a germ freak, but, yeah, we still got them. So, yeah, I think they're water bugs, which are
Okay.
drawn to, like, water and I'm not really sure like where they come from and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So we're probably gonna get like someone to come check it out and see if they're coming from like a drain or something like
Yeah.
that.
Do they bite?
Supposedly they do. I looked them up. Yeah,
Oh, no. Yeah, I
yeah,
thought they were cool before they bit.
yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I
not
mean
cool, but
right.
tolerable.
Yeah, cockroaches are like technically like I don't know if those are the ones that are like disease inhibitors and also the
Oh,
ones that are
no.
like more gross, like cockroaches. And then water bugs are supposedly like more like, they're not considered a pest, supposedly. Like, I
Mhm.
know they are because 'cause they're just a roach in your home, but, like, cockroaches can, like, I think just like grow like a colony and just like really overtake things. I think water bugs are more kind of like solitary and more just looking for like water. They're not really looking for trash and food and stuff. So they're not like gonna, ruin your life. But,
yeah, I can't imagine like you open your fridge and then like all your food's just eaten and a swarm of cockroaches comes out and like eats you.
Yeah, it's super gross. Like already talking about it just makes you super uncomfortable. So I was like up for like 3 hours last night, just like contemplating. Like, oh, I really need some of Jason's meditation session right now. So
that's funny. It's easy. Just look up guided meditations. That's the best way to do it, honestly. And yes, like that's the easiest approach I think to like kind of get into it until you can do it by yourself. But it isn't the same thing, but it kind of achieves the same thing.
Yeah, I might need it. I might have to look it up on YouTube, and next time I find a water bug in my cup of water.
Yeah.
So
the way I meditate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell my story, but I'm gonna talk about meditating.
Okay, cool.
I've been doing it this week. I've been getting more and more into it, doing it more deep. It's been working. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird in this environment. My week's been really weird.
Right.
Because I'm not supposed to be here.
Right, yeah. We mentioned this last time.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day.
Right.
I feel what people have been feeling in quarantine. Even though I've been going out and hiking and like hanging out with people, like I still spend like 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours in my room, and there's no windows.
Right. Yeah.
There's too much weed in here.
Right.
That's a problem.
That's a
Some would call it a problem, some would call it a blessing. I call it both.
Right.
But I don't know. I need my laptop and then I'm out of here.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. I've been stuck inside for a pretty long time as well, as a lot of people have been. Just been trying to make the best of it. Been trying to like I mentioned like last podcast, just trying to do a lot of like personal growth stuff. Trying to do a lot of fitness. Trying to do a lot of exploring new hobbies and stuff like that, which is part of like doing the YouTube stuff as well. Like in the future potentially I can just be like a freelance writer and then also just do like the YouTube stuff and
that'd be awesome.
Anyway. So this might just be like testing the waters for my future lifestyle of
I think this is the future lifestyle for most people. Like any creative person should be doing this if they're not. Like if they're going the traditional route, like going through TV or like going to like an art gallery or something, you're kind of crazy.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot harder to break through. So yeah, I feel it. What was your why were you up last night? Was it just one of those nights you couldn't sleep or
No, it was a night. It was one of those nights of adventure.
Oh, gotcha.
It's the opposite of like being restless. I felt I slept like a baby. I didn't get home till late.
Oh, gotcha, sure.
But it was like 9:30 and we were planning on hanging out around like 7. We were going to have a Smash Brothers party. Super Smash Brothers party. It's a Nintendo game for those who don't know, because it sounds really, really weird.
Yeah, that's out of context. Yeah.
Yeah, Smash Brothers party.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you got a Smash Bros party.
So it was supposed to be like 7:30 or something. It was with friends.
Right. Sounds fun.
Not necessarily our exact friend group, but you know one of the people.
Yeah, I can guess.
I
just insert one person.
Yeah.
Makes it more interesting for me.
It was like 7:30 when we were supposed to, and we didn't end up meeting up. It was like 9:30, and one person was like, "Nah, it's late. I'm tired. I'm not going out." And then I'm like, this is unacceptable. I want to play Smash Bros. Tonight. We haven't played in a while.
Right.
Nobody's going to bed. Nobody works tomorrow. Nobody's going to bed. Right. So I call up one of the other people of the group. They're like, yeah, I'm in. I just got off work. I'm in. Let's play Smash. Then we got a 4-person group call together, and now everybody's on board. Now we're playing Smash, and then I had to go pick somebody up, kind of out of the way. It was okay. Picked them up, brought them over, played Smash Bros. Nice. Smash Bros. Super fun.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Is great. I remember we used to, like, you'd come over to our mutual friend who lived across the street, and we just bring the GameCube over and just have a Smash Bros. Party. It's good. It's a good game. I haven't played any of the like new ones. Really, I've just played like the first one and then the second one, I think, and then anything after that. I don't even remember how many there are. But,
so you played the Nintendo 64 version and the GameCube version?
No, the GameCube version was the first one, right? Was there a Nintendo 64 version?
Pretty sure.
I didn't know about that. I played
That
the
was
GameCube one,
Super
and then the
Smash
one
Bros.
after that.
Huh.
The one in the Wii, I think.
Melee.
Yeah,
That's not Melee. It's Brawl.
Brawl. Yeah,
Melee's the good one that people like.
gotcha.
And GameCube.
I've seen people play that one a lot.
People
So.
still do tournaments for that game.
Right. So yeah, it's going. Well, I'm glad you're having some break from your monotony of everyday life, Bird.
Yeah, I try to because like I don't know. There's no reason not to do stuff right now. There's no real. I mean, there's consequences, but I'm not doing things with heavy consequences, like negative consequences at least. I do things that result in positive consequences.
Also, at this point, most people know like not to like be touchy feely. Like when you meet your bros, you're not doing like the grabbing each other by the shoulders, like hug and
Oh yeah, none
stuff like that.
No hugging, no kissing, for sure, no kissing. Not because we're dudes and we're not gay. We just like it's Corona season.
Right. I trust you, Bird. I trust most people who like want to have some fun, have like a small party with some friends, can do it like distantly enough and just be smart about it. So, yeah, I get you. I got another segue for you. I was watching. Was I watching something? I might have just been searching some articles or something, and then I started to watch. There was like the 4 big tech companies were called to the Senate or something. They called to the government to
what, Facebook, Google, Tencent.
Not Tencent, the American ones.
Oh, American ones.
All right, so it was Google, Facebook, Apple, and Amazon.
Whoa, dude, this is a lineup.
Yeah, the CEOs. So that's Jeff Bezos. You got Tim Cook. You got Mark Zuckerberg, and then the guy who runs Google, who I can never remember his name. But those 4 guys are like called to Congress to like do some like testifying and stuff like that. They were asking questions to these 4 big tech companies, kind of based around. I think the big. I only watched like I don't know half an hour or so. And it went on for a long time. But I think the big thing was addressing this idea of like the modern day monopoly and whether or not that like the big tech companies are they actually monopolies, or are they something that are encouraging competition, and something that is like beneficial to society. Like I think of it 2 different ways. I think honestly, yes, there's huge monopolistic properties to like those 4 tech companies, each in their own way. Because like, I think I don't know which one would probably be the most. Which one do you think has the biggest monopoly out of those 4?
Biggest monopoly, like market share.
Market share, or just conceptually both.
Okay, so we got Amazon, Apple.
Right.
Microsoft, is that what you said? No, Facebook, and what was the other one?
Facebook and Google, right?
Oh, Google, okay. Huh, that's tough. Because Amazon's getting pretty big.
Right.
Google's also pretty big.
I would probably say that Amazon is on the verge, and possibly Facebook. I don't imagine Facebook really being that much of a monopoly in my mind conceptually, as much as like Amazon is, because Amazon is just so dominant right now.
Yeah. I think Facebook's bigger than we think. Facebook's huge.
It is huge. I'm not discounting that. But me as a avid Amazon user and someone who's literally on the verge of deleting their Facebook account, I would just venture as to say that Facebook's becoming more irrelevant and Amazon's becoming just a monster. So
wait, I thought you did delete your Facebook.
I put everything to like I'm in the pre-deletion phase. I don't know why I have some attachment to it, but I just like put everything to the last step before deleting it. Because I do go on there and I see some like family updates and stuff like that where I do think like, that's interesting, and I think like I got some value out of that update by X family member. Like the last time I went on Facebook, I'd had that, but I haven't had that ever before. So I think it was a rare occurrence. So I'm still probably gonna delete it. So, which is not that beneficial for me.
Yeah, it comes down to like, are you gaining more than you're losing?
Absolutely
And that's what I realized recently and just like yesterday. Because I re-downloaded Twitter and Instagram because I've been doing YouTube for my music. I'm
right,
like, man, this stuff's kind of popping off. Like I might get back into like Twitter and stuff and
right,
recontact all these artists I used to talk to and like get them all buzzing, get them listening to my YouTube and stuff, get a little bit more buzz.
right,
And I've been using that for like 2 weeks or so. And it just like doesn't work at all. Like I
right.
have 200 followers. I gained 200 followers in this month because I know how
Right.
to get. It's really easy to get followers on Twitter, but
Sure.
like I'll tweet and I won't even get a single like or anything. Like nobody ever. But either they're not seeing it or they're just completely ignoring me. And I know a lot of these people know me, so it's not just people who just don't care. Maybe they're not online, but it
Okay.
just seems like Twitter's very very hard to grow an organic fan base on at this point, and it's more of a tool to help your fans after you get them.
Right. Exactly. Like once you're big, you can make a Twitter account and you'll get like,
Yeah.
50,000 followers in the first day, and then everybody will just kind of like
Mhm.
hop on the bandwagon,
Yeah,
sort of.
now it's a community. It's like creating a Discord server. It's
Right.
just it's just so easy to do that. And
Yeah.
I'm excited for those days for sure. I really I want to do like public memes and stuff.
Right. I'm excited for our subreddit when it
Oh, our
when it goes
subreddit.
up.
I'm not. They're gonna go through and be like, in this episode, Alabaster clicked his pen 52 times. Here's where they were.
Dude, I'm sorry about the pen. There's no more pens. I took all the pens off my desk. They're in a whole other room.
In
I'm
episode
sorry.
in episode 10, Bird slurped his tea like 4 times in the first 10 minutes, and he acted like we didn't even notice.
Right.
That's right, that's this episode. I've been slurping tea this whole time.
I'm also slurping coffee.
Oh, good.
Been
I didn't notice. Did you notice I was slurping?
probably subconsciously, but it's
Okay.
nothing harmful. It's adding to my morning vibe. It's waking me up, if anything. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of coffee recently. Like the past like a couple months, I've been getting into it.
Yeah,
But
I love coffee, but I don't drink
it's even great.
caffeine.
Decaf coffee.
Decaf has caffeine in it.
Oh, is that a pyramid scheme type thing?
No, it's a real thing. Like you can look at it. It's like decaffeinated. Like you got to look up. You got to find like no caffeine or zero caffeine. But decaf
Oh, gotcha.
typically has caffeine in it.
So it's just like a smaller amount of caffeine.
Yeah, which
Gotcha.
is outrageous that they're allowed to do that.
Well, I mean, by nature, like, doesn't coffee have caffeine? So, like, how do they
Yeah,
take the caffeine out of coffee?
I don't know. I don't really care about the semantics of the coffee. It's
Sure.
just like people literally are allergic to caffeine. People
Right.
can't drink
Okay.
caffeine. People will die. And
Sure.
they might think that decaf has no caffeine. Most
Right.
people think that. You ask the clerk at the store, at the gas station, hey, is there caffeine in this decaf? They'll be like,
Right.
no, it's decaf.
That's the same thing as no sugar added,
Yep.
right? Because there's no sugar, like, specifically added to whatever the base
Mhm.
element was. But if the base element of what they made has a ton of sugar in it, there's already a ton of sugar. They just didn't add any more.
Yeah, but what are they making it out of? Licorice?
Usually, the no sugar added stuff is like either in candy or it's in a juice. I see it all the
Yeah.
time. Juice and juice
Yeah.
has like so many natural sugars from fruit
Mhm.
and stuff that they can
Yeah.
have like 32 grams of sugar in a serving, which is like a
See,
soda.
I agree with like, I hate that, but, what's true is that, like, it says no sugar added, but there's so much natural sugar. It's still, like, you drink a glass of orange juice, it's like you're eating, like, 10 oranges,
Right?
and your
Yeah.
body's like, "Holy shit, you just ate 10 oranges." Pump your liver into overdrive to digest these oranges.
Is the liver responsible for digesting oranges?
Something like that, like the sugar and the glucose
Oh,
and
gotcha. Sure.
and
I
stuff like
don't.
that. They're like, "Man, he ate a lot of oranges. Get this stuff." That's how people get, like, diabetes and stuff. There's too much going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I like me personally, I don't know why, but ever since I was a kid, I just never ate fruit that much. And I still
Mhm.
don't. So my only like way of ingesting like essential vitamins from fruit so I don't get scurvy is by drinking juice and stuff. And I
Yeah.
just always feel
Mhm.
awful because it's just so much sugar. Because I have like a sugar-free everything else pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I don't drink any drinks with sugar in it besides juice.
Mhm.
So whenever I have it, it just tastes so sickly sweet.
Yeah, I haven't had juice in a long time, but it's usually not that good.
Right.
But yeah, sugar. I don't like sugar. I don't really eat candy or desserts. I sometimes I'll snack, but typically I don't consume any sugar that much, so it doesn't it hurts my stomach.
Right.
But I have a theory about the fruit thing because
Right.
most people are like that, where fruit's like a kind of a foreign concept. Because I think it's just something with Western culture or just a lot of culture where fruit was probably more rare back in the day, besides way back in the day where it was most of what we ate.
Right.
But at some point we started getting into meat, and we're like, oh, meat's really easy. It's way easier, which is
Yeah.
true. But it's also it comes with it's a double-edged sword. It's mostly unhealthier. I
Right.
think I'm not a nutritionist at all, but that's to my understanding that seems to be the trade-off. It's
Sure.
unhealthier. It comes with a trade-off that you have to take a life, which if you do it with your own hands, sure, I'm okay with that.
Okay, sure.
If you go out and kill a cow and butcher it up and eat it, fine.
That sounds equally as bad.
No, because you think that's equally as bad, and I sound like a crazy vegan. I'm not a vegan. I eat meat. But listen to there's millions to billions of cows and chickens and pigs being herded along in concentration camp
Sure, yeah.
settings where they're being raised and killed. Well, more that's if they were just being raised and killed, whatever. But there's way more than that. They're being raised, branded, tortured, impregnated. They get their babies stolen, then they get all their milk stolen, and then they get killed and eaten. After they do that probably a couple times, then they get killed and eaten. That's fucked up, dude.
It is. And then also combined with the fact is the idea of speciesism, which is basically like racism, but for human to animals. We herd and consume a mass quantity like cows and chickens, for example. But at the same time, we're basically collecting and co-inhabiting with dogs and cats.
Yeah, and think of other animals. We have zoos full of animals that
right.
I mean, I would say I'm for and against zoos. If they're just capturing wild animals and putting them on display for our amusement, that's messed up. But the thing is, a lot of these animals are rescued animals, endangered animals, or raised in captivity animals who can't even function in the wild. So yes, these animals are incredibly sad at the zoo because they can't run around and be wild. But I just don't see a better alternative for these animals other than them just dying because they're going to go out in the wild and just die. So at least they can do that and at least get the food and the care that keeps them alive. And that's the whole quality of life argument, you know?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, there's a lot of just weird stuff going on with the relationship between humans and animals and the way that we treat some animals different than other ones based on tradition and also based on I think a large part of it has some chemical factor inside of our brain that lets us know when something is cute versus when something looks tasty. I don't know.
But it's different culturally though.
Right. And there's cultural boundaries as well, which is even more weird. There's I don't know, there's just something weird about what's going on with just all the different like I said, the different speciesism we have with different ones. Which obviously I'm not some crazy person insinuating that we should, just start having cows inside of our house so we raise as pets and stuff like that. Which obviously some people have farms, they grow they just have some cows that may treat them as pets. But I'm just talking about there's some way that way back when they made the decision to eat some animals versus other ones. It's just I just don't know when that decision was made,
Yeah, it's really, really weird. And I'm thinking one day we'll probably cut back on eating meat, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to stop eating meat. We're going to just start growing it in a lab. And then it will be the best, it will be a best case scenario for everybody. No cows are dying and everybody still gets to eat their meat. And I think that's cool. And if we can do that and then stop growing all this wheat for these cows and we grow more food for all of our food than we grow for us.
Right.
which is crazy because people are starving on our planet.
Yeah.
A lot of people. People are starving in our country.
Right. Yeah.
And
crazy.
That's insane. But I don't know. I don't know how to even go about fixing that because big chicken and big dairy and all that shit. They got their hands, they're lobbying and whatnot. They got their hands in pockets.
Big chicken.
Dude, it's real. Have you seen Super Size Me 2?
Super Size Me 2? No, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's called Super Size Me 2 Holy Chicken. And have you heard there's controversy between the first one, and it's long known controversy, but it's like, yeah, it's like he like skewed all the results.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I heard something about that. I mean, there's something inherently like just like you can kind of like tell like day to day or something. There's like something wrong or something's over dramatized or something's I don't know.
Yeah.
But because what did he do? He ate like McDonald's every day for like a month, or was it?
Yeah, it was every day for a month. But he lied about how many calories he was eating because he said he was eating like 5,500 calories a day, and it's impossible. Like,
and also he had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right?
Yeah.
Every day. That sounds awful. Sounds literally awful.
Yeah, he said he felt bad.
Yeah,
I'd feel really bad after the first day. I'd probably feel horrible.
Yeah, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner McDonald's. Yeah, I'd feel bad. And then like after that, I'd probably maybe have like a second day. I'd be maybe interested. Even after the first time, I might not want it again. And then another month of that sounds absolutely the opposite of what I'd want to do. I haven't even had McDonald's in like so long. It's the only thing that I liked there was the chicken nuggets. That's pretty much all I like.
Yeah.
And the fries.
Yeah, I haven't eaten there in like about a year probably.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I would. It sounds delicious.
Right.
Right now.
We used to eat McDonald's a lot in high school. We'd make McDonald's trips, and we were in
that was
band
what we did.
Right.
We didn't do anything else. We did that and we played Magic once like we got to that age, but mostly it was like McDonald's only. That was our hobby.
Magic the Gathering and eating McDonald's. That's the life. Yeah.
Magic the Gathering. I can't believe I sold all my cards for beer money.
Yeah, you told me you sold them.
Dude, that's so whack. Did I tell that on the podcast? I feel like I did.
So. Yeah, I think so.
Dude, that's so funny.
That's crazy. Like I said, I still wanna get my like a Yu-Gi-Oh card collection appraised, and
I gotta find those. I have a lot of good Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I have no idea where they are. My mom moved them somewhere.
Uh-oh.
Fucking mom. Hate my parents.
living like with parents like at like 20, 22. I hate my parents.
It's cool. My parents are chill. I'm grateful and fortunate to be able to have an opportunity for them to not just kick me out and to let me just travel right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I always like to come over and talking with your dad and mom, like whenever I come over, and then we just hang out in the basement and stuff. I remember when I'd come over after like school, we were playing like The Sims 3 or Sims 4 or something for like a week. Like I came over every day, like after school for like a week. We played The Sims.
I miss that.
That was crazy.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. Sims is also another one of those weird social kind of like construct things where you're just like a simulation of living someone else's life or your own life in a virtual place.
So what it is, and it's the same reason why we like having pets.
Right.
Because we just, as humans, all probably inherently have a little bit of a god complex.
Right. Yeah. I get that. Especially like when it's like accessible like that and just like in a video game, which are, mass played anyway for entertainment. Why not just, try out a whole different life basically, and
it's the whole
point. Control people, like something that you wouldn't be able to do without video games basically. So,
which it's cool if you just have like random people with random names, or you're making up a family like, oh, this guy's Steve and this guy's Ryan. But if you start like doing people,
right,
and you're playing alone specifically, if you're alone in your room and like, this is me and my wife, and then you're like obsessed with it, like it's kind of too far.
This is if you'll take a look here, this is my character, based entirely off myself, and this is my wife. This is Mrs. Johnson from math class. Always had a crush on her, so I thought I'd marry her in the game just to get a feel for it. It's just super creepy.
Yeah, and I have 400 hours logged.
Right. And we have 16 children together, and one of our children is married to the other history teacher. And you just get
sounds
really,
like our high school.
Don't get me started. Did you have any other topics for today, Bird? What we got on the list? You got some heavy hitters, I'm sure.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about Tennessee on this one.
Oh, Tennessee. Oh yeah, let's do that. That'll be the last bit before we finish up. We got another 15 minutes.
First thing I want to say
right
is you're the only 10 I see. No homo.
You're flattering me, Bird.
Okay, so Tennessee, I went there right after Michigan. I came home. I was home for like 6 hours and we left. Something like that. We drove and it was fun. We got there. I slept the whole way. Just dope. I haven't done that in a while. I've been driving most of my road trips, so like it was really nice to be able to sleep the whole time.
How long was the trip? Was it like 8 hours?
Something close to that, probably 6 to 8.
Okay, sure.
Wasn't bad. But then basically it was like just big vacay time. We were chilling. Like just lake chilling. And this lake is like 80 feet deep, like where the dock was. So it got even like probably like 200 feet deep out in the middle.
Yeah, it's very deep.
Yeah, it's scary. So
did you go fishing or anything on the lake?
No fishing. Okay. We did a lot of swimming. I did some kayaking. That was fun.
Kayaking's great.
But swimming's crazy. I didn't realize how like much strength swimming takes.
Oh right, yeah.
To like swim longer than 10 minutes, like just treading water, like you've got to be fit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I remember were you there that one time when you and one of our other mutual friends, we went to the creek/river that was like really close to our hometown, and the river was like the river / the creek was like going so fast, the current was so fast, so we jumped in and we were trying to like swim against the current. That's like Olympic level training right there.
Yeah, it really is. Water's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I did some swimming, got some exercise in.
My armpits were swollen.
From swimming?
Yeah, my armpits got all swollen.
That's from the Tennessee leeches in the water.
Yeah, I think so, honestly, something like that. It felt like something like bit me, but I didn't touch anything in the water. That's what's crazy. Like it was so deep, but I didn't touch like any seaweed, no ground.
Right.
Nothing.
But was it a brown lake or was it a semi?
It was semi-blue clear lake.
Okay, that's
but
good.
I couldn't see my feet. Yeah, but it was like it was decently clean.
Okay, so I had a nice lake day, lake time.
Yeah, and it was fun. I went out as far as I could with an inner tube. It was like 200, 300 yards.
Nice.
And then I just jumped off the inner tube and I tread water out in the middle.
Yeah.
And then I went under and went deep, and it was like the scariest thing I've ever done.
Sounds very scary. Sounds like Loch Ness monsters down there.
I was scared. I thought something might have grabbed me and pulled me deep. But I was okay.
Yeah, nice.
A giant eel, that'd be terrible.
That would be terrible. Did you what else did you do on the trip?
So the funnest thing, I'll tell you the second funnest thing and then the funnest thing.
Okay, great.
I'll tell you the 3 funnest things. So we played this game called Rummikub.
Sure.
You ever play Rummikub?
I've played Rubik's Cube, not Rummikub.
I think that's what it's called, but it's like it's not spelled how it sounds.
Sure.
And it's like I don't know. I'm not going to describe it. I've only played it once. I can't.
Sure.
But it's kind of like a card game, but it's kind of like a domino game. I don't know. You're gonna have to look. The listener's gonna have to. Yeah, the listener's gonna have to look it up. And you.
Right. Yep.
So we did that. That was the third funnest thing. Second funnest thing, ping pong.
Ping pong, nice. Ping pong's great.
Yeah, ping pong was super fun, and I won a couple games against my parents.
Nice.
And it was like I was giving my all. I was like diving for some of these.
Yeah, ping pong's great. I used to play that a lot with my college roommates back when we all lived in a big suite together.
Ooh, yeah,
we got really into billiards, into pool. You played pool? Do you like pool, Bird?
I like pool.
Pool's great.
I'm decent at it. I just don't hold the stick quite right.
Right. I think most people's like issue with playing it is just not being able to like have the right control and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty consistent. Like I've got about like an 80% accuracy rate.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can probably hit it most of the time, just not always get it where it wants to go. So you're playing ping pong. What was the funnest thing?
So the funnest thing, and this has changed my life.
Oh wow, I'm ready for this. I'm gonna write this one down.
Jet skis.
Oh, jet skis. Nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah, jet skis. Funnest thing. One of the funnest things I've ever done is drive a jet ski. I've ridden on one before, but this was the first time I ever drove one.
Nice.
Wow, it's lightning in a bottle, bro.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds. Lightning in a bottle. Yeah, it sounds very fun.
It's a blast. Like, and it goes like 60 miles an hour on the water.
Right.
And it's so fast.
Are jet skis like also the things that they use whenever they like pull people behind them on like the rope and the board and stuff?
You use like a speedboat for that.
Just a speedboat. Okay, sure.
And that's called water skiing.
Yeah, water skiing, right.
I think but I was gonna do that, but I ended up, it was a day that I woke up late, but then I also laid in bed for an entire hour.
Right.
And
it's a good feeling on a vacation.
I was like reading. I think I was reading, and I was also on my phone. And then they were like, "Hey, you want to go out on the boat?" And I was like, man, I just got up. I don't. I was just like, it was a tough weekend because we were so lazy, and we didn't eat. I didn't eat like a single vitamin the whole weekend. That's not true, but I mean, the only healthy thing I had was oatmeal, and it had some blueberries in it. Maybe no, it had banana in it and some protein powder. But everything else, I had pulled pork a couple times. I had shredded chicken a couple times. We had like a standard breakfast, American breakfast, not English breakfast. Just nothing really. I had a lot of mac and cheese.
Yeah, it sounded like standard banquet food.
Yeah, all banquet food, all crappy for my diet. That I just came from a farm where I was eating like the best I've ever eaten in my life.
Right. Yeah.
So I went from feeling amazing to feeling pretty terrible.
Did you have like fresh meat on the farm, or were you on like a vegetarian diet there? Or?
No, it was all local meat.
Nice.
We were getting it from other farms locally.
Does sound very fun.
Yeah, that changed my life.
Do you have an idea like where you're headed next at the woofing facilities?
So I might do this. This sounds kind of fun. I was thinking about Hawaii. That was a big one. Right. But I'm not sure if I quite want to go over to Hawaii because somebody brought something to my attention the other day. And it's like, well, it was last night, not the other day. That's not important. But it's like the fact that Hawaii is kind of like being stolen. You know, being stolen from the locals. It's being stolen by tourism and stuff like that. And I feel like if I just go over there and contribute to the problem almost, even though I wouldn't be a tourist, I would actually be a local.
Right.
It's still like I might be treated differently because of that, or
I think it's all about kind of like attitude and like what you just said. Like you're as long as you have like the right intentions going over, I don't think that's a problem at all. Like
you know what? Now that I say it out loud and it's like a more critical, like I'm on a stage almost because we're talking to 1,000 people.
Right.
I do now realize that what this person was feeding into me was obviously their insecurities and fears and not mine.
Right.
And I considered it because I consider everybody's opinions.
Right.
And it almost strayed me away from what I really wanted to do, which was spend 4 months in Hawaii.
I mean, I get what they're saying. Like, imagine that you're not the only one doing it. Imagine there's 1,000 people that want to go and do that, and then they take over, part of the island by doing that, and all the locals are,
ran out.
Pushed to the side a little bit because of that. But at the same time,
if
they're going there. And I think especially the like activity that you're doing is probably the most important aspect of it. Like farming is probably the healthiest thing that you could do if you go there.
Yeah.
Like for the ecosystem and for like helping out the locals.
Yeah, for the community.
Like that. Right. That sounds very beneficial to me. Like I don't see any problem with that. It's not like it's not like, some like a 16-year-old on her sweet 16 going to Hawaii for the first time.
And you can tell that that's them. Like you'll be able to look at me and be like, this guy is working on a farm here.
Right. Yeah. You gotta have the local attire too. I want you to be in like a grass skirt and
Hawaiian shirt.
A Hawaiian shirt with the what is it? What are the flowers called on your
Leis?
Leis, yeah. I want you to be entirely like that and almost camouflaged.
Yeah,
someone like steps on you and then
literally a tourist outfit, sabotaging me.
Right. Yeah, so I think if you have like the right intentions and you go over there, I can't imagine that would be too morally wrong, and I don't think people would really look down on you too much. They'd probably
I think you're right.
Willing to help, because I'm sure that the people there are very nice. So
yeah, her concern was because she said that she heard this somewhere and was like just stressing what she's heard towards me, but she said there's like they're pretty racist over there.
Oh.
Or I don't know. She wasn't like super certain about it, but that's what she was saying is that I should be worried about racism.
Gotcha. Just in general?
Towards white people.
Okay, interesting. Oh, gotcha.
Which maybe some would argue that I should go experience that.
Yeah.
So and go feel what it's like. Yeah, feel what it's like to be a minority and like
maybe you'll be just fucking put in your place, Bird. Did you think about that?
Yeah. I don't think I would get that from Hawaii though. I would think I'd get that from like Thailand or something, which is also an experience I want to do. Is just really that's how you really feel alienated.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to do to
like Hawaii is like technically a US state, but yeah, maybe it doesn't feel as Western as the actual states do.
It probably feels Pacific, I would imagine.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I think everybody should probably at some point go and try out like go into an island and try and kind of like better the community and stuff like that. So
yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't know where else you'd be planning to go, but I would still be interested. The only thing that I wouldn't like about Hawaii is just the hurricanes. I don't know if I'd be able to like handle the stress of knowing that I'm on an island that a hurricane could just decimate me.
I mean, I'd probably be okay.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, there's still people there, and there's not everybody just like gets wiped out.
But I would just do what the people I'm staying with are doing. Do
what the locals do. Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not in a straw hut.
Right. Hopefully, you are. Honestly.
A palm hut. Yeah, that might be good for the hurricane. It wouldn't crush me.
Immersion. Yeah.
But imagine a volcano eruption.
Yeah, that would not be fun. But I mean, we also have that with like a Yellowstone here. So
yeah, I would rather die in Hawaii with a volcano blast than die most other ways.
Yeah, I agree. That'd be a pretty good way to go out. That'd be like probably in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah, imagine getting like turned to stone and like they find you 1,000 years later, be like, this is one of the last remaining evidence of the volcano eruption. Yeah, I want to be a Pompeii statue.
Right, and then they like dig you out of the stone, and then they find your like smartphone, and then they have access to the complete past.
Yeah, they find me in a building. It's just like me with my thumb in my butt.
You're scrolling TikTok.
Yeah, I got my phone in my hand, my thumb in my butt. That sounds like a Wise Kid You Know skit. It's like the one where the dude he was hanging himself, and then either he was legitimately hanging himself or he was accidentally hung himself when he was jacking off. Yeah, he accidentally did, but then he got caught. Like he was trying to pull his pants up, but then he accidentally put his thumb in his butt.
Gotcha. Dude, I want to watch that. That sounds like a good one.
Dude, that show is so funny, but it's also so like bad and stupid.
Highly recommended.
Like, if we didn't see it when we were like 12, I don't know if we would like it as much.
Yeah, I get you. I think it'd still be funny though. There's a lot of sketches that are just really just comedically on point, and they're like they're really good like character actors too. I think.
Yeah, name one of your favorites right now. I can only name some that are popping in my head, but I'm gonna think about favorites.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember too many of them off the top of my head, but I the one that just immediately popped in my mind was just I don't know why. It's not even my favorite one. It's like a stupid one, but it's one that grows on you. It's the ants. The ants are coming to get me.
I hate that one. See, the thing is, it's that season that was on Netflix that is the most vivid.
Right,
because we watched that together. We watched that whole season.
Okay, here's what we should do. We should go back and just like watch like a highlights of Whitest Kids You Know, and then we'll have an episode dedicated to not dedicated the whole thing, but we'll talk about
it in the next episode.
Talk about our favorites because I can't recall right now, but I want to share what ones people should watch because there's some really good ones.
The one I really like is the guy who's selling in the old Western town.
That's the other one that I remember.
Yeah, and they sell water balloons.
Water balloons, yeah.
Is that water balloons?
Water balloon?
What in the hell?
What in the Harry? Yes, cool. So yeah, we'll revisit that and we'll give some recommendations and stuff. But for now, that's been an hour, Bird. Our time is up for today.
It's exactly an hour, I think, right now, right?
An hour. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this one. We'll be back next week, certainly, for another one. Yeah, this is I don't know. Is this number 10? Something like that.
I think it's number 10.
Yeah, number 10. We made it. We made it to double digits. We're gonna be here for a while until we get to 99, episode 100.
I'm going all the way to 1,000.
Going straight to 69 episodes and then deleting our account. That's how it goes.
We probably should do that.
All right, we're wrapping it up. So thanks everybody for listening. Check out YouTube if you haven't already. Yeah, we'll see you next time. I'm Al, and this is that's Bird over there.
I'm Bird. This is the Hollow Grove Grotto Show.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Hollow Grove, Hollow Grove, Hollow Grove, Hollow Grove Grotto Show.